Dude, you know what we should do? The wrap up of the fitness talk.
Yes.
Oh, good. I'd forgotten about that.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, I have a chart I can show that that kind of lays out how it went. I think I'm gonna give you guys the same link, so we're on the same page. I think this shows it kind of well. Maybe I can make it bigger. This is the No Rest November daily effort graph. And Kyle, you can see him in the red. He led everything except the last update. I'm the blue guy in second place through pretty much all of it except the last update. And Taylor is orange, where he just passes Chiz at the very end. And I'm kind of proud of me. Like, I don't know. I've had some little...
You worked your fucking... All of us worked our asses off doing this. I can't believe, like, the totals that you and Kyle put up over the course of, like, 12, 13, however many days it was, it's bananas. It's insane. Like, you guys have got to be, like, some of the top 10 all-time on the month.
I don't see how we couldn't be.
There's no way you're not.
I would love to find out. Like, Woody showed us some woman who got some of the same amount of Mets, but I'm not sure that's even real because she had so much red. It just seemed insane.
She was
the
outrageous.
18th.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the graph. The 18th is when I hurt my foot the first time, and it just got progressively worse. If you didn't watch PKN, essentially, I spent most of the contest running, and it got rainy one night, and I was doing sort of sprints back and forth and trying to stay out of the rain because I was cold, and something happened to my Achilles tendon. I don't know the difference between a sprain and a strain. I've sprained my ankle before. I've broken my ankle before. This is...
Oh, no. He froze. Maybe he'll come right back.
And so I started using an elliptical then. I couldn't run anymore. And I had to land just so that, like, it wouldn't engage my Achilles at all. And then that strained something, like, on the top of my foot. So by the end of this thing, I was like laying in bed and it was just hurting continuously. And it's just a sharp pain too, which worried me.
Not a soreness, like an injury incoming pain.
A sharp pain implies stop doing that.
Yeah. I got up a little while ago. I don't know if you guys heard it, but like when I got up to go get the watches, I don't know, go back and listen to that moment and see if you hear it. I got 2 steps to the door and it hurt. And then my left knee locked up because I was trying to compensate, and it like hyperextended, and I all but collapsed in the floor. I hit the door, and the door flung against the wall. Like, I feel terrible that we couldn't continue doing this thing. But once I was essentially out, because like I couldn't, make no mistake, Woody was putting up so many MEPs that there's no way I could like keep up with my arms and upper body. It's just an impossibility. Like running, I felt like I could keep up. Jogging, the elliptical, it was like, shit, this is really hard to get all these MEPs that Woody's getting on an elliptical. But like once, like I literally couldn't, I limp when I walk at this point. I've been,
Tell people about how you had to drive all day yesterday. Something as not strenuous as driving.
It's about
what do you mean?
The cruise control stuff.
Oh, yeah. So when I change the pitch on my foot at all, it's very, very painful. So I just put the car on cruise control, and I drive with cruise control
for hours.
for hours yesterday in Atlanta traffic, and it keeps you focused. It keeps you focused when you're doing that. And then I was also saying that like my legal situation is finally coming to an end, and it's like I hated to spend like my what could be my last month of like complete freedom like doing this thing as well in gruesome pain. I haven't been able to see my parents in like since we've started this thing, which is kind of a big deal for me. I know like people think that like I hate my mom or something like that, but we've sort of gotten along much better over the past year. And I was like, well, shit, I won't be able to spend Thanksgiving with my parents this year. And holidays traditionally haven't been a big deal for me, but like the last 2 years, I've cooked Thanksgiving, and it's been a really cool experience for me to cook Thanksgiving for my whole family and have them all under one roof again, because my dad and mom have split up. So it's something I really look forward to. And like I've got these photos from last year of me like pulling the turkey out of the fryer, and like the skin is all black, and we thought I'd pulled a Christmas Vacation and like ruined it, but it turned out fine. So like I'm kind of glad that I'm gonna get to go home I think tomorrow and
right.
get all my shopping done and fry up a turkey and get mom and dad under the same roof. It'll be fun.
So Kyle put in so much effort that he got injured. And Chiz was in the same spot. Chiz, he came out of the gate super hard, and about a week in, he got like double. I don't know exactly what his injury is, but I know he also got sick. Was the romaine lettuce thing a joke, or is that actually a possible cause?
Oh, no. When I said that in our chat, I was like joking about the romaine thing, but like he probably got it from just a normal meal. But like to people like giving Chiz shit about him not working as hard, it's really not fair. Like he is in terrible shape, physically and cardiovascularly, I guess.
That works.
Like he's in like the kind of shape where a little bit of exertion like him walking a mile is like any of the three of us running it at pretty high intensity as far as the strain on his body. Like just because his total wasn't as high and I ended up passing him, like Chiz was busting ass. He was doing his best the whole time. So all of the Chiz didn't try it's nonsense. He did try. He busted his ass, and he was not only that. Like when the injuries like happened to him, it was not a thank God I'm injured, I'm done. He was actively frustrated, where he's like, fuck. Like I feel like I'm making positive improvements in my life, not just for this competition. Like I'm starting to lose some weight. I'm feeling better. Like I wish I could keep going. Like it wasn't at any Kyle same boat. At no point is like the injury like, oh hell yeah, check this box off, I'm done. It was like I wish I could keep going.
I'm super proud of Chiz. I think Chiz did great. Chiz worked himself to injury, right? Like a repetitive injury. He went so hard that he couldn't go any harder. His body needed a break. He didn't work smart, right? We're all on the same page there. They came out too hard.
Yeah, this was not about none of us worked smart necessarily. I
was getting stronger. I tell you, I would have.
I don't think I don't think that. Well, but I don't think the amount of exertion that you were putting through is healthy for a human being. You know what I mean?
I'm telling you, the next 2 weeks would have been better than the first two.
I don't think that this amount of cardio, like coming from like not much at all to this much, it is like safe for human beings. Like necessary. I don't think a doctor would be like, oh yeah, that's fine. You just went from You went from an active lifestyle to biking 100 miles a weekend. Yeah, that's normal. You're good. You're good there. It can't be great for us. And definitely like the way it was affecting my sleep schedule had to be unhealthy because
there were a couple things you did that didn't do yourself any favors. We were giving you a hard time on the first night. So the competition started at midnight, and Kyle worked from midnight to something, I don't know, 6 a.m. Exercising. And Taylor was like, I think sleep's going to be an essential part of this. I think that like getting to bed on time and having full restful sleeps will be essential to doing well the next day. And that burned into my head. I'm like, he's 100% right. I think back to the me of a long time ago. And Kyle he went so hard he got hurt. That's what happened.
I think it had more to do with form than effort, to be honest, though. Like I think that just doing those, like sprinting back and forth like I was doing, like I was running, I'd stop and try to, because I remembered in high school we'd do those. Like we'd have this competition where they put like a line, like 2 lines on the floor, and you ran back and forth.
The shuttle run. The
shuttle. I was doing the fucking shuttle run, and like when I turned and pushed off my one time, it just twinged so bad, and it never healed, and it still hasn't. And like because we just kept going every day, all day, like it just wasn't getting a chance to.
What's your upper body feel like right now? Because you really blew yourself out hard on the rowing machine initially. Like, is that soreness gone where you feel like if you needed to, you could? Well, aside from like your foot, obviously that's needed for a rowing machine.
Most of the soreness is gone in my upper body, except for like the backs of my shoulders, like whatever these are called, my lats
traps.
Or whatever.
Traps.
Yeah. Okay. Traps. When I got that massage a couple days ago, she was like, "Ooh, there's a lot of tightness here," and I'm like, "Yeah," because she's like putting a ton of pressure and like rolling the muscle backwards or something. I can't explain exactly the maneuver she's doing. But it's real painful. Like at no point do I cry out in pain usually during the massage. I usually just take it because I don't want her to think, oh, I better go easy on him. I want her to like do her job like to whatever she thinks is the correct level. But I'm at like from a 1 to 10 on the pain scale. I'm probably at like a good solid 5 when she's doing that to that muscle. So those are still sore. I was thinking, my arms and chest heal really fast. It seems like those muscle groups like recover really well. So like at first, especially on the
arms,
on the elliptical, like I would do like 2 or 3 miles at a time on the elliptical, and then I would do a cool down and then go back and do 2 or 3 more. And the first couple days of that had like not my pec muscles, but like where my armpit is, that part of my like chest muscle. It had that part and like the outside of my arms pretty sore. But then I would, get in that goddamn ice bath, and that really did help a lot. Like the real pain is in my foot. And it still is. Like, I went in last night with a scalpel, and I carved all of the super glue out of my toe hole.
Can you show your toe right now?
Yeah, I just kept carving until I cut most of the callus off, and it's not gonna show well, is it? Maybe my face is in the way. It just doesn't look like anything, does it?
Yeah, it's hard to see.
I can see a black dot in the center. Oh yeah.
Do it like that. You can see the divot, like the actual hole.
I don't know. I carved the surrounding tissue down quite a bit.
You need maggots.
I tell you what I've been doing instead is I took Neosporin and I filled the hole up with Neosporin, and then I have these blister bandages that I was using on like the back of my Achilles, because those had kind of gotten rubbed off like bloody, and I just put those blister bandages on there, and I'm hoping that that's gonna like heal the fucking hole, because I can't put any pressure on my big toe right now, which you might not think it if you've never hurt your big toe, but that's where your balance comes from when you fucking walk.
It's a very important toe.
So I think we agreed to do rid of punishments a little while ago, which I'm totally fine with. And
I feel like in
the first week we were like, this punishment thing is just causing more frustration than joy. Let's do that. And I'm in first, and I totally support that idea. So I feel like it's easy for me to do so there. But there's another thing. Chiz is writing online there's no belt. I don't know what that horse shit is, but that needs to stay. The belt is essential. It has been driving and motivating for me. If I don't get a belt out of my efforts, then that's just morally wrong. I need the belt. There needs to be a belt that happens out of this. And the winner got another prize. He got to choose the vacation, right? So we will not be going to Colorado if I choose the vacation. But I do have 2 good ideas. One, if Puerto Rico's back open for business, we should totally go scuba diving there. I've been a long time ago, and it was wicked cool. Or 2, maybe we'll go up to Rikers and visit Kyle.
That would be a hilarious trip.
Oh yeah,
for everyone but one. Yeah.
But yeah, Chiz is writing on Reddit that there are no prizes for winning, and I don't know where that idea came from. I know I wasn't in that vote.
Well, I mean, if I didn't know if there would be or not. It's up to you. If you want a belt, get yourself a belt. It's we called it off earlier, or whatever. And but if you want a belt, get a belt.
Yeah. Don't make me run up this score till the end of the month.
I mean, maybe that should be required.
Woody has to compete against himself by himself.
His average. He has to take his 12-day average.
Just hold that.
Just hold that. That seems fair.
Yeah. I did a cool thing. There's a belt involved. I've been as I'm on the bike, just getting in the flow state, I think about that wall there. And I'm like, do you just hang the belt on the wall, or do you buy a display case? I think these are the kind of thoughts I had. To hear no belt, that's ridiculous.
I don't think you'd want a display case. You'd want to wear it around everywhere all the time.
A belt like this.
Everyone
should be the centerpiece of every conversation of everyone who comes into your home. It should be like that crucifix in Patty's Pub. It should demand every conversation.
When you go to Home Depot, it should be screaming loud and clear that you defeated
the 3 of you guys.
The 3 of us in a 12-day bike riding competition. That was grueling.
You're describing my 2019 vlog ideas.
That's such an undercutting way to say it, Kyle. In a 12-day biking competition.
12-day biking competition is 2/3 of a Tour de France.
Oh, there were days where you put up entire Tour de France's.
It was a big deal.
In the morning. Yeah.
Yeah,
a yellow jacket is in order as well.
A yellow jersey, yeah. Kyle, now you're making sense. Now you're making sense.
Funny.